this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink. Because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Well, it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Hopkins on the ground over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
A big run there. 29 yards and a first. From Viking territory now. They'll come up first and 10 at the 46. On the ground. This is Johnson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brings up second down at their 49-yard line.
On second and 15 now. Stafford and Stills over the middle. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So third and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds Stills, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the Lions first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson.
Carry on.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
The 21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports.
10, Lions nothing.
Here's second and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 22, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
At the 7-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 17-yard line.
Smith catches left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 10, Stafford again. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
At the 37-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
On play action, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Stafford's pass intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Following the interception, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
4-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford.
I don't think any of us were surprised.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game. Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds in the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. A final shot before the break, Stafford. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. If they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. First down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. From the gun, here's Cousins.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the...
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the field. This is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bullet good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to the
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
It's third down.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. This is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Bullock will put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Again, it's Johnson. Johnson on its pick 3. Football's out. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown.
A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
The kick is good.
I think the key to that play was them understanding and knowing that once the ball was out, they were still eligible to pick it up and carry it.
Yeah, there was some standing and some staring on the wrong side of the football there, wasn't there?
Yes, he has a name, he has a number, but for us, he's Johnny on the spot. And how about that rambling run all the way to the end zone with that alert play that he just made?
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Yeah, nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
That's good.
A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Operating from the gun. Stafford looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. From the gun, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. So if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who got 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Deltha O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Minshew on first and 10. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
At the 22-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tajay Sharp there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Well, it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. The drive starts with a completion left side. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Intended for
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
22-yard line.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
From the 22, Stafford going deep here for Stills. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Shamar Stephen coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. I hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep for Hopkins. It's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So they'll come come up after the incompletion for second down. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes
and now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
A touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10 at their own.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, it's a fantastic start as they